Greetings, nerds, geeks, and gamers of the third kind. Nate the Nerdarch here from Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds, doing some more gameplay of Torment, Tides of Numenera. If you're liking Tides of Numenera like I'm liking Tides of Numenera, please let me know by commenting and liking in the area below. Oh man. Okay, that person has shadow people of itself. Ugh, what was that? What did you do, Callistege? Callistege? Oh, someone tell me how to pronounce that name. You open your eyes. The first thing you notice is the man's kaleidoscope of tattoos writhing across his forearms. He wears a long, dark coat, belted at the waist, supplies filling the pockets. His boots are worn and stained with years of travel. You blame me? He emitted an internal physiological reaction in response to the fall, probably related to that fantastic healing process. Obviously, Aligern. Her voice roars and hisses as you have to rub your eyes to be sure that you're not seeing double. Faint echoes of her actions trail from her, each merely mimicking her, though some act and react to stimuli that you can't perceive. Her vivid hair and outrageous clothing remain constant through these shadows. Oh yes, it's obvious. His voice is grim and clipped. Then he sees you looking at him. You're no ordinary mortal. We know that much. Start talking. His face is hard and set. Oh man, Scan Thought's already paying off. Alright. Scan Thoughts, he's the changing god. Callistege is deliberately blinding herself, but why? Okay. He's the changing god. Okay. You really don't know, he cocks his head to the side. I'm starting to think you're not him. Starting to think, Aligern. Tell me, is it a novel experience? Aligern's being more paranoid than usual. How long must I put up with him? Oh, okay. Okay, this isn't... So he thinks I'm the changing god. And he's wondering why she's blinding herself on purpose. And she says Aligern's being more paranoid than usual. How long does it put on? It's his face. I've never seen any other people rebuild themselves like that. Only the changing god could have healed so quickly. He sighs and rubs his face, trying to regain his composure. Maybe you could help me for a change, you know, what this means to me. You're familiar with the word changing, Aligern. It implies inconsistency. Thus, the changing god may well have changed. Several versions of her shrug, and she addresses you. You have to forgive him. He believes you're someone he once knew, even though it's painfully obvious to anyone that you are newly born. If I'm not mistaken, you are what we call a cast-off. The changing god created you, body and mind. Your sire used your body for a time, then abandoned it for reasons of his own. When his mind departed for a new experience, you were born in his cast-off shell. Oh, awesome. So I am the leftover clothes that he decided he didn't want to wear anymore, so he tossed them away. with how hard you hit the ground, I'm surprised that's all you saw. Are there other cast-offs? Dozens, hundreds, who can say? Your sire has been doing this for several centuries. Though if all of them were born the way you claim to have been, it's a wonder any of them survived. The kind of person who make your body into anything you want, what do? If you construct bodies for centuries, you want to make each one better than the last. You want to live forever. You're not going to let your life end by accident. No, you'll make your body strong, fast, and powerful. Maybe throw in regeneration while you're at it. Definitely throw in... No, start with regeneration. The changing god has always been vain. He rarely stays long in a shell that doesn't suit him. She looked you up and down. Her smile suddenly unnerving. Perhaps the changing god fled because he doesn't want to wear those scars of yours. You mean aside from your miraculous reformation? For one thing, there's your tattoo. All cast-offs have one, though its purpose is beyond me. And then, of course, there's your delicious naivety. He could be faking it. You don't live hundreds of years without learning to lie convincingly. Oh, She sighs in exasperation, then says to you, "What do you think? Are you a newborn child, Or are you a powerful immortal whom death has robbed of his memories? Huh. Alright, survive the fall. Okay, he says this should be interesting. Okay. You obviously knew the changing god, Aligern. What do you think? Am I him? This is just the kind of question he would ask. He scrutinized you in a way he hadn't before. You carry yourself with the same arrogance, that glint of knowing everything about our world and the worlds before it. Your personality? No, you don't act like him at all. I hear sarcasm. You could be him. I hope not, for your sake. You would have a lot to answer for from a lot of people. Oh, people like me. Alright, he knows me and he's not that happy with the changing god. And what are you basing that conclusion on, Aligern? Your feelings? He looks away and his composure slips a little. Gods, you're so rancid sometime. Oh man, that is a really good insult. If falling from the sky didn't kill me, is there anything that can? An excellent question. Having seen your regenerative abilities in action, I suspect that you're primarily physical, a regrowth. If that's the case, you'd be able to survive most varieties of psychic or molecular decomposition, disintegration, conflagration, and so forth. Disintegration, degenerative diseases could pose a problem, and I know of several entities capable of psychic destruction. Oh, well, don't introduce me to them. As she speaks, a vision flashes in your mind. It's not yours exactly. Somehow you know this is the memory of the changing gods. You are in a dark room, lit by a myriad of blinking lights and holograms from the many machines surrounding you. What about a body that can withstand the sorrow's attacks? Says a voice. It seems to be coming from one of the machines. No, you reply. The thing has no respect for barriers of any kind. Physical, temporal, psychic. This is the only way. With a series of gestures, you bring up an image of a crystalline pod. If the resonance chamber works, it will give us the power to stop the sorrow's hunt once and for all. We just need the right focal point. A catalyst. Whatever its function is clearly needs... Oh boy, I just noticed that it's broken in the background. Whatever its function, it clearly needs repairs. No kidding. I hope I didn't break it when I fell. Or flesh-eating viruses. One presumes disfigurement by the iron wind would likewise be devastating enough too. I think he gets the point. Oh, they don't know about the sorrows. He's lived longer than anyone in the Ninth World, hasn't been much of a philanthropist in all that time. He's helped some people, sure, but it's always been in his own self-interest. He's gotten away with a load of skist over the years. Okay. Do you know how to fix that crystalline chamber? That would be nice. Aligern chuckles, then firm and certain he says, not likely, though it might not be impossible. You need people with appropriate knowledge. I'm sure the cult of the changing god will hold the answer. Oh, really? Her distaste is evident in the expression of her echoes. Although the face of the one at the lead remains carefully impassive, you turn to the insane to help a newborn. Where's your judgment, Aligern? I would take him to the Order of Truth. The Order of Truth? Are you mad? They would sooner take us apart. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to figure this out on my own. Suspicious as always, Aligern. Okay, so hold on. I'll come with you. Wouldn't want you to getting lost, would we? Yeah, that's dangerous. Suspicious as always, Aligern. Child, the world is an exciting place, but it's full of dangers. Rest assured, one of us will get you safely to where you need to be. I'll be right behind you. A sunny smile crosses her face. I shudder to think what Aligern might do to the child. Okay, well, alright, then let's go. Okay. Busted up pieces of stuff. Critical success. Taking care to work around the sparks, you managed to extract an unbroken component from the housing's interior. You don't see anything else of value inside the demolished machine. Gained a standstill. Alright. Sunlight falls through the ragged hole in the roof once onto the shattered resonance chamber. It is hard to believe that you did this. That you plummeted through the curve of the pale blue sky, crashed through the dome, and broke this delicate machine with your own body. It It is hard to believe that you're still alive. 4 mechanical arms hang over the center of the device, above the cracked, semi-transparent crystal of the sarcophagus. The 5th arm lies broken on the floor, among the scattered synth and crystal shards, and a metal ring surrounds their array, dented and broken by your impact. The padded interior beneath the coffin's cracked lid looks like it was made for a human body. Despite the damage, you don't see any way to open it and get inside. You glance between the sarcophagus and the needle, like protrusions at the end of the arms above. It seems likely that using this chamber would not be a pleasant experience. I agree. You feel the slightest hit of resistance every time you cross the ring, and now that you're paying attention, you know that your breath is echoing in your ears as though you were inside a glass dome. When you step outside the ring, the feeling passes. The ring exists to protect anyone standing inside, but it also to contain the tremendous amounts of power. Cables run from the machines above the dome's wall to the base of the suspended arms, each of which is capped with long needles aimed at the cracked, coffin-like chamber at the center of the platform. Gem-like lights flicker dimly at the base of the arms. 5 injectors, 1 for each tide. It is a moment before you realize the memory has faded and you've spoken aloud. Examine the shards on there. Jagged fragments of crystal are intermingled with synth from the shattered dome above. Crystal shards glitter in the light like captive suns. At the rim of the crater you find a sliver of crystal, sharp as a dagger at one end and smooth at the other. It might make a usable, if somewhat crude weapon. Look for other useful shards. You sort through the remaining pieces of crystal, but they are too small or too unwieldy to be of any use. I have looked that over. Alright, well, this is Torment, Tides of Numenera. The still in beta game. It's turning out to be really cool so far. I love the descriptions. I love the crazy planescape feel. And let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this session, make sure to show your support by hitting that like button and sharing with whoever you seem fit to do. And let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, everyone, stay nerdy.